Hey again everyone, it's been another week and I got a little bit of sewing done and some crochet and of course some embroidery done. So I'm actually going to start with my Koalas quilt this week. I got my dark pink koala all done and I got my green, he's like my moss green, avocado green koala done. And those will need another good iron before it's time to sew those all together. So I have 4 koalas done in total. And a little bit of sad news, sad for me. My machine, I went to work on my koalas quilt some more yesterday. I wanted to get 2 koalas done. And each koala I found is taking me about 3 hours. So I had 6 hours to get 2 more koalas done to kind of keep on track with where I want to be for my goals for when I want to finish the quilt. And I went to change out my needle to a microtex needle, which is good for piecing work. And I took the old needle out, no problem, no issues yesterday or the day before when I was embroidering. And then I put the new needle in and I couldn't get it to tighten, and I tried again and again and again and again. I tried a different needle and I took the screw all the way out and I looked at it and it looked fine. And I tried again. Anyway, I ended up taking my machine into the shop where I got it, and they just called me to say it needs, yes, the thread inside is stripped, and so it needs a new needle clamp. There's a little black piece that attaches onto the needle bar, but unfortunately my machine, Husqvarna, they don't sell the needle clamp separately. You have to get the whole needle bar. So that'll be $70 to replace it plus some labor, and no machine. I have this big empty space on my desk and I don't know what to do with myself. I didn't know what to do with myself all day yesterday. I caught up on some laundry and some reading. So hopefully I'll have that back tomorrow thankfully they already have the part in stock. So that's a bummer for me and a costly-ish expense, but truthfully it needed to go in for cleaning anyway, and I've been putting it off since I use it every single day. So no longer is that put off as forced my hand. So it's in there getting not only a new needle bar, but getting all cleaned, and they'll take it all apart and clean all the little bits that I can't get to, that I can't see. So anyway, that should be no problem. I should have that back. I was worried that if they didn't have the part, it was going to be weeks and weeks and weeks of waiting for the part, but thankfully they do. So my 10-year-old, he loves Mario, and he came to me with an urgent request earlier this week, and he needed a new Shy Guy. I made him a red one already a few weeks ago, and he said he desperately needed a yellow one. So I made him a yellow Shy Guy. This is just a free pattern online that I found that's great, super easy, super quick, super simple. And then equally as desperate, he decided he needed a green one as well. So I made those this week. So I made him 2 different Shy Guys this week, yellow and green. And then in addition to that, I was able to get the toy store done. And the toy store has these really cute vinyl windows with toys in them, a little rocket ship, a little present, and then in the back windows there's a little fire truck and a little doll stroller. And then that one's got like quite a fancy roof as well with the garland, and there's quite a lot of stitching to get all of this. The greenery was a lot of extra stitching. And then I was also fortunately able to get the library done as well. Now the library's fun because it's got the flat roof with just the angles on the edges, and you can see all the books. So even before I put the library sign on, my kids looked at it and they said, "Oh, a library," because they could tell right away that those were books, which I thought was actually impressive. I don't know if looking at it, if I would have known it was a library. And then along with the buildings, I got some trees done. There are 2 smaller trees that came with the library. And now those ones don't have holes for lights. They're just, what you see is what you get. Although I could punch holes and put lights in them if I wanted. I'll probably just leave them because the real star of the show is this big tree. And you do that in 3 parts. You do half of the bottom, the other half of the bottom, and then the top, which I do have some video of. And I'll put my video in right here that'll show some koalas and some tree and some of the library.
It's been so long I didn't see you on mine. You change a lot, you look a different guy. I can't stop thinking about you since last night. Do you feel the same, feel the same, feel the same, feel the same? Imagine if we did it right. Yeah, I feel like we could be so tight. We can fix it, it's gonna be alright. Do you feel me, babe? Feel me, babe? Feel me, babe? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you pray for, my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I would do everything you ask in my love. Look in my eyes, I know we need time. I know I'm everything you pray for, my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I would do everything you ask in my love. Yeah, we were kids, baby, the time flew by. I mean, we didn't really had a fight. We were never really said goodbye. I can see your face, see your face, see your face, see your face. We just need some peace of mind. I got a feeling we will be alright. I wanna live with you by your side. Do you feel the same? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you pray for, my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I would do everything you ask in my love. Look in my eyes, I know we need time. I know.
Okay, and as you can see, it's got lights in it. It's got it stitches the little eyelets for the lights, and then you just string the lights in. And then I switched mine. It comes with lights, with fairy lights that are just like these, but not on a timer. And I switched mine for some that I got at Costco that have a timer. But I mean, so that's a much bigger box rather than the one it comes with just has a little tiny battery case that take the little tiny circular button batteries. And then this one takes like 2 AA's and has a much bigger case, obviously, but also can do different things. Can do the colored lights or flashing, or it does a bunch of different stuff. Anyway, I switched mine out for that, mostly just because I wanted the timer. I just wanted the timer. So I've had that on my little ledge where I've got my whole Christmas village, just on the exterior wall of my kitchen. There's a little ledge, and then it comes on at whenever I turn the timer on for the first time, like 5-ish p.m. when it's getting dark outside here. And then it stays on for 6 hours, and then it turns off automatically for 18 hours, and it'll come on at that same evening time. So then I've got my all the buildings I'll eventually get lights in them, and I want to keep them on its timer and all that good stuff. So that's actually all I have for this week. So my question for you is, do you crochet? What have you crocheted this week? Do you sew? Or do you have an embroidery machine? Or none of those, or something else? So tell me, what do you do as your hobby? What do you do during the week that you could make a video like this about if you were to make your own YouTube video? And send me all the good luck vibes for getting my machine back, hopefully tomorrow or Monday at the latest. If I don't get it back, then I'll have lots of crochet projects to show you next week, and I won't have any sewing or embroidery projects. Actually, that's not true. There's a couple projects that I'd be willing to use my kids' little machine for. You can see it over there along with all their perler bead creations. They have one of those little Janome learning machines. So there's a lot you can and can't do on it. There's a lot you can do a bunch of different stitches, including a zigzag, but you can't change the foot off. And it's got some guards at the front of the foot so that you don't accidentally get your finger under the needle. You know, it's meant for kids. And you can't move the needle left or right of center. It just stays in the center all the time. But there's a few things that I'd be willing to stitch on that machine. But hopefully I'll have my own machine back. And then that one doesn't even have a light. It's a little bit harder to use because there's no light shining on your needle area like every other machine that I've ever used has. But anyway, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe and have a wonderful week. Let me know what your goals are. My goals are to finish the Koalas quilt before the end of January. And then I wanted to finish my village before the end of November. So I will keep plugging away on those things once I get my machine back. Thanks everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.